I wanted to talk to you about Bill Goldberg's career a little bit because that's something that, oddly enough, that you actually are associated with quite a bit because
Yeah,
as Goldberg premiered, it was actually against Hugh Morris yourself. Do you
yeah.
do people talk to you about Goldberg quite a bit throughout the years?
It's funny. I think that's the probably that's the number one thing when people realize who I am or who I was. You're the Goldberg guy, and my answer is yeah. Like you, Goldberg beat you first. You were the first. Yeah, and then because I kid around with a lot of the younger kids who now are on what is it, Peacock or whatever it is, where you can go and watch the network. And I said,
Yeah.
but how did I do? Like, what do you think about the stuff I did? No, Goldberg. He went through you first. And I wanted to say, listen, he had no name till the end of the match.
Yep.
But I remember it like it was yesterday. I've said this for the past 20 plus years since Bill debuted or whatever it's been. He's a class act. He was always good to me. I enjoyed it, and there's a bunch of there's not a bunch. I know there's 2 or 3 different versions of how I handled being told that, and we can talk about that. But I enjoyed it. I enjoy Bill. Every time we see each other, it's a big embrace, and we get to catch up. But I mean, nobody knew, and I think that's the common denominator across any story you hear about Bill is no one knew what was going to happen. It was He was just a big, impressive guy.
Caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, let's see what we can do with him. I was fortunate enough to be the one in the ring when it happened. And I think a lot of it because they literally used his name. If I remember the story right, they weren't going to name him. They weren't going to say who he was. It was going to be who is this guy? Where'd he come from for weeks? But they said his name at the end of the match, and they said, well, screw it. We'll just go with Goldberg. But I think he's a fantastic guy. Fantastic.